Ik ben Wout van der Wijk uit Nederland. Ik ben hier in Singapore voor de eerste keer. En je kijkt naar EOtv.
Welcome to EOtv. I'm Andrea Collins.
I'm Randall Mauricio. This is your weekly Entrepreneurs Organization webcast.
And Randall, we begin this week with an interview that I know you can't wait to share.
That's right, Andrea. I have the absolute privilege of speaking with former Utah Jazz player Mark Eaton. He first made his name in basketball. Now his titles include, entrepreneur, a radio host, restaurateur. Wow. That's only the start.
He's an expert in teamwork and leadership, and he'll be speaking at the upcoming Arizona University. Here's a preview of what you can expect.
What I'm going to share with you today is how to be invaluable. I found out that if there's something about you that makes you uncomfortable or is difficult for you, it might be your greatest asset. Are you cooperating with your teammates or competing with them?
Succeeding in sports obviously is one thing, and developing that entrepreneurial edge, that's another. And making that bridge, some of these entrepreneurs are going to be wondering, what's the link?
What EO members can expect is to walk out of the room after the presentation with some new thoughts and ideas about how to take their life and their business to the next level. I spent a great deal of time talking about how to end internal competition, how to really focus on what winning team is all about, which is your commitment to each other, which is far greater and more important than your commitment to your goals and objectives or your leader. And I really delved deeply into what it takes to get that kind of commitment from your teammates.
Now, obviously, the audience here is going to be a couple of hundred people. These are already business leaders. They're already business owners. How will your talk stand out from anything they've heard before?
I've been in a number of businesses over the last 15 years, and there's times when you get so focused in little aspects of the business that you need to step back for a minute and ask yourself, do you have all the components of an all-star team? So they'll be able to walk out with some new thoughts and ideas about that they can put into practice immediately. And with that concept in mind, the sky is the limit at that point in time. And attending EO, the university, is one of those tools.
Mark will be speaking at EO's Arizona University along with Jim Collins, DeWitt Jones, and Robert Kiyosaki. The university runs from March 25th to the 29th, and there's still some time to register by visiting the website below. And you may also want to check out Continental Airlines, who are offering EO members up to 18% off the lowest published fares to travel to Arizona.
During tough times, perhaps the answer is right in front of you. Karen BROOKMAN, president of Commonwealth Legal Inc. of Toronto, Canada, reminds us of how an EO event with Vern Harnish and presenting to her forum completely changed the vision and strategy of her business. Are you doing everything possible to leverage your forum group and your EO resources to make sure your strategy, vision, and tactics are aligned and meeting objectives?
When I joined Forum, I'd been running my business for about 8 years, and it was getting a bit stagnant. And I was really worried kind of about the future of the business. And a combination of things happened. In simplest terms, one was I was introduced to Vern Harnish and went to one of his seminars and read his book. And a lot of my members of my forum had recommended sort of some of his principles around strategic planning. And the second was I went to my forum and presented on my company. And what came out of it was I rewrote the entire strategic plan, direction, vision, mission of the company over the last 18 months. With, of course, I have a partner in the business, and we took our company in a whole different direction. And I never felt more engaged or excited in the business as I do now. And I really attribute that to my peers and the learning I had through EO.
Our Indian chapters recently held their annual regional integration event. The theme of the event was Raise the Bar, and that's exactly what the New Delhi chapter did by hosting more than 300 members from all 8 chapters in India. Attendees heard from great speakers, including NIKHIL MESWANI, the executive director of $5 billion conglomerate Reliance Industries Limited, RAJAN BHARTI MITTAL, the vice chairman and managing director of BHARTI Enterprises, which recently struck a deal with Walmart to enter the Indian market, David C. MULFORD, the U.S. ambassador to India, SHASHI THAROOR, the former Under-Secretary General of the United Nations. Some very topical panel discussions engaged our members in the shifting dynamics in global financial centers as well as the current world economy. The off-sites and social events were top-notch, giving members the chance to experience the networking magic that happens at all EO events. The RIE also launched the All India Spousal Forum. No matter where you live, the challenges faced by spouses of entrepreneurs are global. What a unique way to leverage the network for support. Let's face it, the support of spouses and family goes a long way to making a business successful.
In this tip of the week, Steve Spinelli, ex-Jiffy Lube and now president of the University of Philadelphia, talks about how every business can create its own world record by releasing greatness in your people and your business. Jiffy Lube, like all organizations, has practical reasons on how many oil changes could be done by hour, shift, and day per store. Now, by going for the world record of the most oil changes in one day, they beat their norms by leaps and bounds and discovered new paradigms and new methods that are now in place today. And by the way, the media coverage didn't hurt either.
This week's tip is greatness in every organization. Every organization has a world record in them. At Jiffy Lube, we got complacent. We had been doing great. What did we need to do to shake it up? How many oil changes could we do in a single day? Figure out the theory, challenge the theory, create a new reality. Every organization has a world record in it. Find out what your world record is. Challenge the theory, go set the record. I'm Steve Spinelli. I'm the president of Philadelphia University, and this is your tip of the week.
Steve will be speaking at the EMP, and applications are still being accepted, but there aren't very many slots remaining. So visit events.eonetwork.org for more information.
That's another edition of EOtv. Thanks for joining us, and big thank you again to Karen for sharing her experience of how her EO forum had a radical effect on her business.
Special thanks as well to Steve for the tip of the week, and Mark Eaton, who some of you will be seeing in Arizona. And speaking of Mark, remember, there is no I in team. And none of our names neither.
Nope, not one in Andrea.
So we're team players.
I'd say. Yeah. We'll see you next time.
I was afraid you were going to leave me hanging.